that better? Better? Fix it? I know my screen's all jumpy because I had to change out of this. But Saw's got him killed. Alright, good stuff. We're fixed there. I just gotta get the game to continue going. Alright. Can you hear the voices of the characters? That's really what I want to know.
What do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
Sweet. Yes, this... I guess her hair is supposed to be pink. I always just thought it was blonde.
Hey! Wait! No, don't leave me!
Let go.
The hell no! You're the only way out of here! No! Hey, that might get us across. Right there.
Lightning's kind of an ass. Oh, and like I was saying earlier, yeah, I've been growing this beard since November 1 last year. It's a little thick.
All right, you leave this to me. Hey, this one.
Yeah, I got stuck. Yeah. Get your VA skills running, huh? Yeah. Take streaming some vanilla World of Warcraft. Be some fun stuff right there. Trying to get this this game. I almost thought you knew this game a little bit there, Wolfie, because you said vanilla and I thought it said vanille for half a second, and that's another character in the game. Almost thought. This is a mandatory fight.
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
Yeah. Come on. Get him. Just do some normal attacks because he's staggered. So stagger in this game increases your damage. A lot of speedrunners take real big advantage of stagger by using poison and stuff like that. Like I said though, this is just gonna be casual. Not trying any crazy speedrun stats or anything. Just gonna walk through the game. 10-2 did have a pretty rough battle style too, Wolfie. And Titus was a bitch. 13's record is 6 hours and some change, I think. Last I looked. I haven't looked in a while. Oh, let me check.
What? Classified military info? Huh? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? Did you think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
My angle. I'm after the foul sea.
Let's see.
Still happy you tagged along.
Nope, leaderboard.
Didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you had to level Titus. Large portion of the game, he was the character. Let's see. PC fastest speed run is XIII Dreamer at 4 hours, 53 minutes, and 55 seconds. And Lewd Dolphin from the US is running second, and his is 4 hours, 54 minutes, and 36 seconds. So he's just 40 seconds off from the fastest run on PC. Lewd Dolphin's actually a pretty good dude to watch if you want to see some fast runs. He's pretty sweet. Yeah, Titus had some pretty OP limit break stuff.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy.
Glad you at least came to watch me play, Wolfie. At least somebody's watching me. Alright. Swing back here. Grab this. A bunch of the civilians who decided to fight back earlier, they're getting wrecked on. And up we go. Fair enough. A little bit sad that we didn't get to do D&D, but I also kind of understand, you know.
Really? Can I?
Sure. And when we're taking a dirt nap, you can save them all.
Oh, that's even worse.
No dirt naps today. We're all in this together. Our enemy's the Cocoon Sanctum. Their dreaded Psychon, no less.
I hope Chris is able to get a better job so that he can start DMing again on Mondays or on another day, you know.
Let's prove it.
But working 10-hour days all the time. Yeah. And really his job's the hardest part. Alright, the camera angle on this is fucking stupid. I don't know if I can get through the middle there, but I'm gonna try. Oh, I got past the first group. Dude, 10-hour days are no joke. I don't envy anybody who's got to do 10 hours. take it's a long day, but he's been doing like 5 or 6 of those a week.
More.
It's got to be rough.
There are soldiers everywhere.
There's some plot for you.
Yo, boss. What's the plan? Charge in, guns blazing.
Hey, that's not a plan.
Real heroes don't need plans.
Yeah. Det är bra nu så att. Alright, I'd really like to get past these without having to fight them, but I don't think I can, because I don't think they'll move out of the way. So, in we go. Let's see.
How about this?
Boom. Got him. It's all good. You don't have to pay attention to the game if you don't want to. You can just sit here and I'll talk to you and play the game.
Same plan as
I'm fine with that too.
hard. Hit him again.
Alright. I don't think I can make. Oh. Tight.
Don't you kids go falling behind now.
Oh man. I drank a 30 pack on Saturday this last weekend, so I was in the drinking beer club. It was a great time.
How about this?
Take my wife in Guatemala till July, doing her stuff, so it's true. Most of it's pretty weak. Does it help that I drank a gallon of sangria as well? I started at 6 in the morning, didn't finish till like 10 at night. You know, just going nice through the day. No hangover Sunday. It was a good time.
You all okay? Careful with those. Don't worry. No one's moving to Pulse today. We'll clear you a path out of here, so be ready
Wait, let me fight with you. You can't expect us to just sit here.
Yeah.
No.
I drank the sangria in about an hour.
Let us help.
Started drinking that at 7 and was finished with that by
Okay then.
7:45, 8 o'clock.
Here, take this one. Here you go.
It's pretty nice. I needed a drink, I'm telling you.
Here's yours. Take care now. Mom?
Don't worry.
If you wanted a pansy like Titus from 10 in this one, that's your guy right there.
You got it.
Hope is such a wimp. He's the worst.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough.
I like how Hope's mom is just mother.
It's the last one, boss.
All right, last one. Somebody take it.
See, there you go. Alright.
Push comes to shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of snow? All talk.
A Riku type character for
All
sure.
right, lay low. and
That's
you'll be
Vanille.
fine. We'll clear out the area. We're going home together.
Yeah, nobody believes you.
Everybody up!
Right. New recruits, on me.
Come on.
Boom. mansplaining. I don't think that was a problem when 13 came out.
We're not losing to SciComm, you hear me?
This'll be a piece.
We'll read all that later.
Stay sharp. Don't want to make their job any easier.
Get through here, cut
Bro,
that
back
through,
us up.
and done. Could cut through that side. You know, it's just one of those things, like, I can understand the whole, you want to be heard, or you feel like you haven't had a voice for X amount of years or whatever. But if you've been in an oppressed group, why are you going to oppress the next group? Like, why are you going to oppress the people from before? You already know how awful that feels. Why continue on the same vein, you know what I mean? Just an opinion.
Alright. Let's shake things up a little.
It's true. Power is evil. Power corrupts absolutely. What is the saying? Knowledge is power. Power is evil because power corrupts absolutely. I think that's the saying. I don't know who said it though. Seems to generally be true though. Alright. Behemoth. That thankfully does not stand up. It's more effective to use grenades. Yeah, I can't remember either. And yeah, it's a beta behemoth. You know, it let humans take him over and put all this technology and stuff on him. It's not really the boss behemoth. The boss behemoths in this game are way more dangerous than this dude. Like, yeah, he's got heave and all that, but he's kind of a wimp when it comes to behemoths in this game. Yeah, I cuck. That is correct. You take wild behemoths, can pull the spine off the top of their head, and they've got a freaking huge ass greatsword, and they stand up on 2 legs. When they do that, they heal full. So if you don't kill it fast enough, it will wreck your world.
We got trouble! No kidding. Stay down.
You missed it, bro. Everything's a bad word these days, I'm telling you.
I told you, didn't I? Moms are tough.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Zoinks. Bring back Shaggy. Man, checking beams were a thing not too long ago, I feel like. You know? Oh, ruh-roh. Yeah.
Get him home. Please.
Hold on!
No. No. And she falls. To be fair, she's dead, so he fell too.
Come on. We have to move.
Let's go, you little wimp. That's what I'd have done too. I might have left him. I'm not sure. Right? Murderous rampage, your mom just died? It seems like the appropriate response to me. But, oh, what do I know? Now we're back to saws and lightning.
It's an out-and-out massacre. Those people won't even live long enough to die on pulse.
That was the idea.
What?
Sanctum logic.
You're right. The Winchester way's the best.
To eliminate a threat. I mean,
Good old
why
Winchesters.
carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why not just stamp it out here? Execution masquerading as exile. That's all the Purge ever was.
Relocation to Pulse. How does the government get away with pulling crap like that? And you knew this was gonna happen?
The Purge was PSICOM. Private Sanctum troops, not the Guardian Corps.
PSICOM, Guardian Corps. Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they? Pulse Foul C and Nella C are enemies of the state. Tell a soldier to kill an enemy, and you really think it's gonna matter what uniform he's
I
wearing?
mean, they have a lot of pretty stale characters in a lot of these games.
Got himself shot instead.
This one does a pretty good job of developing the characters through the story. So they may start out pretty stale and kind of
Or to say
meh,
shoot, you pull the trigger?
but they get better as the game goes on.
Fine. Forget I asked.
Wait. What?
I just missed both of those. Ugh. Now it's staggered. After enemies get staggered, you can just beat the tar out of them. The higher the percentage goes for the stagger gauge, the more damage you do. Dadgummit.
I can't stop now.
I gotta pay attention. Yeah, retry. So you don't even lose in this game when you lose. You hit retry and you start the fight over. equipment. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, yeah. However, if you've got yourself into a situation where you're against really high level stuff, it really can screw you over real bad. That's what I prefer him to do, is attack saws. At this point, neither one of these people can die. I lose. This game's not balanced for shit at the start. Can't gain levels. Anybody dies, you lose. I got him this time. See? Gotta pay attention. I mean, yeah. I mean, in a way.
What's that?
It ends up being a pretty good game, honestly. I really like the game. The cutscenes are absolutely gorgeous.
Sarah.
Just what you were looking for.
Yeah. Right in there.
The post-file C.
I mean, it's a good thing in the beginning that you can just retry, because a lot of stuff's pretty overpowered to start off with. Duke Nukem game from Square? That would be intense. There's Vanille. She's one of my favorites. Right? Looks way like Riku.
It's too much, isn't it?
His mom just died, but whatever.
Later.
Hey, wait!
Right? She has a lot of the same mannerisms.
Didn't you?
I like
Really,
her a
I
lot.
was afraid. I was always afraid.
Her weapon's kinda meh. It's like this weird staff whip. But she's pretty
So,
cool.
How do you figure that post-file C is different from the sanctums? All things being equal, I just as soon keep one.
Time to
Riku
jump.
was terrible to start with in 10. But she's one of my favorites from the Final Fantasy X series. Of course, every time I see Riku, I always think of Yuffie, because she's basically the Final Fantasy X equivalent of Yuffie.
So can we.
Yeah, except she's got a thing to help with fall damage, you dumbass. Lucky she left it for you. That's what I ought to do at some point, is play all of these off and on for a while, stream them.
Come on, come
do 13 today, 15 tomorrow, 7 the next day. You know. Yeah, he's got the double pistols.
What about the others?
Hanging out with double pistols. Snow just fights with his hands the whole time.
They didn't die. They couldn't have died. Of course not. Hey, get a grip, man. What's wrong with you?
He just let that kid's mom fall and die. Now he's gotta go find that kid.
Get who home? Toss me that. Catch. What are you doing? So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero.
Hey, hey. How's it going, Tony?
She's waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be? Isn't it about time you
Welcome
picked
to
her
the
up?
shit show, gal. Just hanging out, getting through this first chapter of this game is long as shit. You don't get any experience for it either, and it sucks. This first little bit's the worst part of the game.
There's our ride.
It sets up a lot of the, alright, here's why you're doing this, but that's all it
Now
does.
you're talking.
Alright.
Oh, good day. Standing there ain't gonna stop us.
Pretty much. Trying to get the players to buy into the story. Just woke up. Yeah, you haven't missed a whole lot. A lot of cutscenes at the start here. Get up, bro. Last of Us really did good player buy-in. The start of Last of Us was freaking beautiful. I absolutely agree on that one. Absolutely agree on that one. Alright. Yeah, it'd be great if they had enough for two.
Look,
Absolutely great.
I want every weapon ready to fire. Stay sharp.
All right, on my go. Right. Go.
Dude takes out the first two and just whatever. Mortal Kombat just got ridiculous. Honestly. Like, I used to love Mortal Kombat as a kid, and the movies and everything, the lore behind it, but now it's just freaking outrageous. Doesn't make any fucking sense. At least not to me.
That's a sad sound. Where's the soul? Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah? If you don't know who you've got to save, you just protect them all, right?
I haven't played Days Gone either.
Something on your mind?
I really think a big problem with the game industry these days is they're just too money hungry. They're trying to put out all these microtransactions and super expensive DLCs that aren't worth it. You know, that's really the problem with most games anymore. Is there's not really any value in all the extra stuff that they put out. I loved it when I was a kid. All the extra stuff was from you playing the game. You were good at the game, you got all the secret characters, you got all the best loot, you found the best weapons. I don't know. Just kind of my opinion.
Hey, it's us. It's us.
Pretty sure if I ever made a game, I'd tell people, nah, here you go. This is the game. It's the full game. If I do updates or anything, it's free on you. You bought my game. You know?
Favor for a friend. Okay.
Just my opinion.
Hey, Snow! You made it!
Hey, yo. So, you really managed to use that thing?
I think I'm done.
You're done when we are.
Ow! What's it? That's the one.
Didn't you have something to
Heck no, I ain't releasing nothing on Epic Games Store.
Alright then.
That's ridiculous.
But
I'm gonna put it on the platform that everybody uses.
I'll go with you.
what?
Throw it on Steam. Linux.
Idea what it was like. Oh,
Everyone safe?
the army's no match for Nora.
I don't think I'm quite good enough at Linux to program a game on a Linux box. That's such a pain. Just downloading the game would be terrible.
Keep it that way, alright?
Absolutely pure coding.
I'll swing by the vestige. Keep the kids out of trouble.
You got it. Say hi to the missus for me. You go skirt chasing, I take care of the kids. Some husband.
Dinner's on me.
Better be home cooking.
When's the wedding, lover boy?
Don't worry, none of you are invited.
We're still going.
Hey, you serious? What about me?
Catch you later.
Oh.
Hope if you weren't such a little puss, you could have went and talked to him already. Be a little wiener.
Dirty.
We'll get you all something.
I don't think there's any
Be this to Nora.
chests back this way, but I'm not sure, so come back and look. Nothing. And back to the front. My friend died. Your friend dropped him off a cliff.
We'll get you all someplace.
Her.
Where do we even run?
Let's go ride the bike.
You okay?
I want to tell him. It's just that.
It's just that I'm a pansy and you're pretty.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. In you go. That way.
You know, the games that do that, Fire Emblem games do that. If a character dies in combat, they die in the game. Done. Can't use them anymore. Yeah, it's super interesting, and it makes the consequences of your game a lot more difficult. Now it's more like an RTS type game, except it's more just a strategy game because it's chess, and there's a whole rock paper scissors system to it and everything. It's really interesting games though. They have really good stories. I would definitely suggest looking one up at some point, even if not to play. Yeah, yeah. Even if it's not to play, they're a lot of fun to watch, especially the good players on it, and listen to the story and things like that. I don't think there's any in RPG Limit Break this year coming up on Sunday, but I know they've had it before, and they're usually really good in RPG Limit Break and AGDQ and SGDQ. Awesome games done quick and summer games done quick. A lot of people are really good about explaining the story as they go through the speed run, so that you're not completely lost if you've never seen it. It's always fun to watch them because they can do some crazy stuff. I always had trouble in Fire Emblem games because I always wanted everybody to live, and sometimes that ends up being really problematic. Recruit all the characters, let everybody live.
Just us. What did you expect?
It's that completionist heart
Even
I've got.
soldiers know not to go near the foul sea. You become a pulseless sea, and you're finished.
What do you mean, finished?
Haven't you heard, Miss?
Vanille.
Huh?
See?
My
Vanille.
name. And yours?
The horror block. That and the Punch-Out series.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's
What
good
were we
stuff.
thinking?
I'm a huge fan of Square games, so I watch a lot of the people who run Square games. Last year there was a run of Final Fantasy IX. It's 9 hours and 26 minutes. And it was the finale run
Hey,
for AGDQ, I believe. And they had 3 people switch off throughout the run. And there's a guy who does the largest menu in the game blindfolded. It's pretty amazing.
Well,
that's
Yeah, 9-hour speed run, and they explain the entire game, like through the entire game. They explain everything that's going on. You learn the whole story. And Final Fantasy IX's got a great story, so you know you can't hate it.
you're gonna regret this.
See, her weapon is ridiculous. It's better than his stupid boomerang. I hate Hope. Whenever I have the chance not to have Hope in my party, Hope will not be in my party
Exploring.
because I hate him. Yeah. He is useless.
better stay close.
He's as useless as they come. I like Vanille pretty good, but most of the time I don't have her in my party. My party usually has like Lightning, Saws, and either Snow or Fang when Fang comes up, because Fang's super awesome. But yeah, Snow's one of the best defensive characters in the game. I think he can maximize out the class for defense. I guess I can't get there without killing these. Lightning has the best ability as far as attacking. Because this one kind of has a class system similar in some ways to older Final Fantasies, but not quite. They call them synergies. Pretty sure that's what they're called, is synergies. It's been so long since I played this game. But basically it's you you can change to attack, defense, buffers, debuffers, healers. Every character can change to every class, but some characters, of course, are better at the classes than others. It's just one of those things, I guess. I will give this much to Hope. He's really good when it comes to debuffing. He's like one of the best in the game. Vanilla's also a really good debuffer, but she is also good at other things. I don't think there's... Yep. So, you know, it all ends up coming down to personal preference.
No daydreaming now.
But you do have to kind of switch through characters and do some specific characters at specific battles and stuff if you want to do like all the side quest missions. Like you need to have a debuffer and stuff to get some of the most difficult hunts basically. Which you never played 12. I think 12 was probably one of the first, if not the first one, that introduced like hunts where you go out and find super powerful monsters and just fight those for extra bonuses, but it's all side quest. So they have a similar aspect to this game where you can go hunting in a sense. And when you go hunting, you, for some of those harder hunts, need to actually use a debuffer or a buffer or a tank or, you know.
Falsey and Lissy are bad news. That's why Cocoon kicked them out. They're too close to the Falsey. One-way ticket to Pulse. That's the purge in a nutshell.
If they catch us here, they'll purge us too. And
What's
then...
your problem?
What's my... Pulse is hell on Earth.
We'll be okay. Calm down.
Get off me.
See, he should have taken advantage of that hug and just held on. Right? I'm just saying, Vanille's a pretty good looking little girl. Granted, she's hundreds of years old, so 13 uses an ATB type system, Tony, but it's a fragmented ATB instead of just like the full ATB like Final Fantasy VII has, or most of them have. You can queue up different abilities, and then when your ATB fills up, you can use those abilities, or if it queues up to a certain point, you can hit a key to preemptively use one ATB GOG or two or whatever. But different abilities have different ATB costs and things like that, and then as you go through the game, your ATB grows. So I think the max, if I remember correctly, which again, it's been a while, in this game is 5 segments. So you can charge up a good 5 things in order to attack with. Is kind of the fresh look that they threw in on the ATB system for 13, you know. they don't want their game to get stale, so you got to change up a few things from time to time. Hello, Noel. How are you? But yeah, so if you look at the ATB GOG, you can see right in the middle there, there's a split. Hand grenade takes 2, attack takes 1. Use hand grenade when you're snow. It does more damage than anything else, you know. So it's great that you get grenades. You lose them after you gain the ability to level up, though. He no longer has infinite hand grenades. It's unfortunate. I wish I had infinite hand grenades.
Just hold on, Sam.
In a way. So in Final Fantasy XII, you can, move your character around sometimes. But in this one, your character kind of moves on their own. Some abilities are better based on proximity of enemies to each other and things like that. Like a grenade actually has an area of effect. So if you throw a grenade, it can blow up everything within a certain radius, but there's no what is it? Team fire. You can't hurt your own teammates. However,
Why didn't I listen?
based on what you're doing, you want to use different attacks and things like that just to,
This is my fault.
finish the fight faster.
Cover your ears.
Oh, blast charge? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, hold. All right, go for it. Make it happen.
I'm so sorry. Please let me in. Please?
So in some ways it builds on 12, and in other ways it's definitely more like 7 and things like that. Some of the older games instead.
After you.
So try not to talk too much in these cutscenes since it's a casual playthrough in case anybody wants to listen to it. I spent a good 20 minutes figuring out my audio and why I couldn't hear voices earlier. Yeah. Shrouds are great.
Most folks can learn a thing or two about interior design. There you go, stomping off on your own.
So Decepticel's great. No, that's not what I want. Yes. I want the shop. I'm telling you, I like talking. Anytime I have viewers that want to sit and chat and talk to me, I'm 100% game. I am more game to sit and talk than I am to sit and play the game. Part of this whole thing for me is I like to watch people play games, and I also like to talk to people as they play games, because that reminds me of my childhood. When everybody sat around on the couch, passed the controller when somebody died and everything. It's a fun one. 12 was a bit different, and you can kind of sort of dodge while moving in 12, depending on what you're doing. But I mean, usually it's just positioning to a better position in 12, Yeah, getting on GoldenEye was no joke. Used to play multiplayer in GoldenEye back on the N64. that was the shit. Especially when you learn that you could turn on, you know, different cheats and stuff where you could, you know, have bigger heads and stuff like that. I used to love that one. Used to be my favorite in-game cheat code of the whole game. Yeah, DK mode. You know it. Proxy mines were also boss. Got 2, it looks like. Paint mode was fun too. Shooting all the paintballs on the wall. We always used to play the GoldenEye too, where you had the golden gun. And it was just one-shot kills, so whoever had the jump, that was it. Sucked to suck. You either sucked or you didn't.
Hard to believe no one noticed this thing for all these years.
Just one of those deals. Alright, I think I can around them. Get a de-aggro. I think I got it. Crash Team Racing was a lot of fun back in the day too. I remember playing that. Man, Crash Team Racing, that brings me back. Used to go over to my neighbor's house on the PlayStation. We used to play Crash. We played through the whole game, got all the different players you could be. You know, we learned all the shortcuts. We had that game down pat. It was a great time. God, Tony, you make me feel old. We're the same age and you make me feel old. You know, that would be if I cared about my lawn. I live in Texas. It's hard to keep a lawn alive. It's also expensive. Real fucking expensive. Dude, I've got the rocking chair too, and the shotgun. Got a 98 Mossberg. Beautiful shotgun. And then, you know, got the beard. I've got the rocking chair that my mom used to rock us to sleep in when we were babies. So it's even old. That was pretty great. Sitting in the arena. Don't die, Saws, you little wimp. We are the OG gamers. I played all the games. Got all my old consoles still here in the house with the hookups, so I can hook them up to TV still and everything else. I need to buy some different hookups and stuff so I can hook it through the computer so I can stream some of my old school
Might be
games.
some soldiers trapped in here too. Except they'd probably be LaCie by now. Huh? Not even human anymore. Just post-LaCie. The enemy's a cocoon. Can't show him any mercy.
£100 right there. Made it right in. One shot.
There's the next one.
Alright. You have a good night, Wolfie. I'll catch you later. Probably going to try to finish this chapter here and then call this one done. Which isn't a whole lot farther off. But yeah, you get some sleep. Have a good night. Thanks for watching for a while. Appreciate it. Appreciate it anytime somebody wants to come hang out. I know, RPGs are not everybody's favorite thing to watch. I'm pretty sure Noel already bounced on us. Because, Noel doesn't enjoy watching RPGs a whole lot. And I don't blame her. It's just not everybody's cup of tea, and there's nothing wrong with that. Got a Deceptisol. I'm not going to use that on these guys. I'm about to drop some grenades. Dang it. Thought I could get around the side.
Nothing to worry about.
Hand grenades for the win. Telling you, hand grenades are OP at the start of this game. I wish you could just carry it on with you the whole way. It'd be too much to ask though. It's too OP. It just does a flat amount of damage most part. I mean, Noelle plays some RPGs and stuff. She just doesn't like to watch other people play games that bores her. Which is fair. It's not everybody's thing.
Hang on, baby.
It's okay.
Your hero's on the way.
Noelle, if you are still here, I love you.
Hang on, baby. Your hero's on the way.
I'm just still standing downstairs hanging out. You heard his voice. Go find him.
He is here. Calling himself a hero.
He fell too, you asshole. Your mom did that on her own.
He's coming our way.
Sorry, I hate Hope.
What should I do?
Tell him what you need to.
But nothing I say will change what happened.
You're right, so fucking get over it. Sorry. Excuse my language.
We could just run away.
They are very different experiences, And I enjoy both of the experiences. I like to play, I like to watch. When RPG Limit breaks on, you damn straight I'm going to be watching that the whole week that it's on. From the 5th to the 11th, I'm going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to try to stay awake as much as possible to watch as much as I can. Forced you to play so she could see the storyline. Why didn't she play? She just wanted to see the story, didn't actually want to play the game. We can fight things like that, and we're gonna, because there's a chest right there.
You're gonna regret.
So see, Vanille's got 3 segments right off the bat. 'Cause she's already able to see. So did you never play 13, Tony? What all Final Fantasies have you played, Tony? She's too scared and sucked. Fair, I guess. That's the reason my wife says she doesn't play a whole lot of games, is because she's bad at them, and she thinks I won't sit and play with her or enjoy watching games with her if she's bad at them. I don't care. If you're having fun, that's what matters to me. You can play on the easiest difficulty. Play easy mode Final Fantasy 15. You can't even lose. You skip the whole 13 trilogy. So the first game's not bad. It's extremely railroady for a long time, and then it gets open world later in the game. It's kind of the opposite of 15 in that respect, which I prefer 15 because you have more open world aspect soon, because it allows you to be more grindy and do the more traditional,
This is what happens when Lassie don't go
you
on
know,
to focus the
traditional
Fal'Cie
grind from an RPG. But
Let's even these odds.
the second one is really weird because it basically eliminates everything that you did, and in this one, like the whole thing that you do in this one becomes completely irrelevant in the second one. And then the third one was kind of enjoyable, but it was real, like it was one of those, you really have to be somebody who wants to go fast, because it actually basically requires a bit of a speed run tech, because it's timed. You have a certain amount of time to play. You have 13 days
No problem.
in that game, and they're not days, they're virtual days. And you know, there's some different mechanics in that as well. Oh man, you're missing a lot of the old ones too. So those are Lassie that have fallen.
Okay, listen. Find some place
Um,
to hide and keep quiet.
Lassie are given a focus. They have a task basically given by a
You'll be
Fal'Cie.
home in time for dinner.
And if you fail to fulfill your focus, you kind of end up getting corrupted and everything else.
My wife.
So that's what those are. They used to be people.
She's a pulse Lassie. She's here somewhere, along with that Fal'Cie. I gotta find her and set her free.
What's wrong with you? Why do you want to help Lassie? They're the enemy. How can you save Lassie? You're not... That's insane!
Probably. But I gotta do something, right?
It's one of the main enemies in this game. You'll find out is those Lassie.
Should we wait around for him and hitch a ride?
I'd rather go to Pulse. Why is this happening to me? When
So
they found the Fal'Cie the other day, we were just visiting Bodum. But the army took us. Threw us on that train. Because of that guy. Mom is...
it's not his fault your mom died, you jackass.
Probably shouldn't leave them alone.
And he wants to help Lassie?
Hey again.
Hey. Let's go with him. You gotta talk to him, hon. If you don't take this chance, you'll regret it forever.
Yeah, they kind of do move like the regenerators in Resident Evil 4.
Let's go.
They're creepy, and there's a whole lot of different types of them. Apparently, people can morph into some weird shit. Because there's like flying ones, and there's like huge, bigger ones. There's those skinny ones. There's a bunch of different types.
My sister.
Your sister?
She's a Lassie.
What? A pulse Lassie?
The Fal'Cie has her captive, but I'll find her.
Is she still... Hey, what was her focus? When she became a Lassie, what did the Fal'Cie order her to do? It wasn't blow up Cocoon or anything like that, was it?
I didn't ask.
Listen to me. When a person gets cursed by a Fal'Cie, they become a Lassie, and they get given a focus, right? How do I put this? If they don't carry it out, Lassie end up as one of those things.
See, there you go, Tony. They'll explain it again.
What I'm saying is, if your sister's gone that far, I mean, she might still... How can I... There's no way to turn a Lassie back into a human. Even if she completes her focus, there's no changing her fate. She'll live her life as a fal'Cie slave.
Basically. It's even better. He's got a chocobo in his afro.
Just say it. Any Lassie, anyone who might ever become a Lassie should be wiped off the face of Cocoon. It's people like you that started the Purge in the first place.
And then they stick together after that. Because why wouldn't you? You obviously make a great team and should stick together. Got a preemptive on that one. Booyah. Oh, I got preemptive on this one. I didn't think I did. Ness. That makes these fights so much easier. Of course, I'm trying to skip as many of these fights as I can. There's no point in them right now. So you don't get experience till chapter 2 of the 13 chapters of this game. I saw a flyer, I think. I don't know if I can get past you. Nope. No, you don't think so? I had a couple beers when I got home. I haven't been drinking on stream. You know, I still have to get up tomorrow and pay attention to a class, so. You know, I got up on Sunday and didn't even have a hangover. I finished off that 30. All of these. I'm practiced. Put it that way. I'm very practiced. I started earlier than you're supposed to. That was close. Alright. We're so close to the end of this long ass intro sequence. worst part is there's intro after this too, because then you finally get the level system. This all is just to introduce you to the fighting system in this game. Fight after fight after fight after fight. Every now and then you get a drop, you get a spoil. Well, similar footstep sounds, that's true. That old school Resident Evil.
Sarah! Time to go.
So Sarah is the main protagonist in the second game, just FYI, so she ain't dead.
That girl's a Lassie.
I already told you that.
Post Lassie are the enemies of Cocoon.
So they should die?
Listen, if she fails her focus, you know how that'll end.
And killing her is a mercy? You came.
Sarah!
Sarah.
Is that my hero?
Yeah, you know it, baby. Snow's a little bit over the top, I think.
Let's get you out of here.
Hands off. I'm taking her home.
Sis.
I'm not your sister. You couldn't protect her. It's your fault she can save us. Sarah? You can save us. Protect us all. Save Cocoon. Save Cocoon? Sarah, that was your focus?
Anything. I'll do anything. Leave it to me. You'll see. I'll protect Cocoon. I'll save everyone.
Somehow. I'll make things right.
Now just relax.
Thank you.
Boom, focus done.
Sarah!
She's a beast.
Sarah! Sarah!
Why is she turning to crystal?
The sea who fulfill their focus, transformed into crystal, and gain eternal life.
Just like the story said.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams? She's not sleeping! She's...
You don't know.
She's alive.
No.
The legend. Remember the legend. The sea who fulfilled their focus turn to crystal and gain eternal life.
You gotta say it
It's the
twice in
same
one
with
cutscene.
Sarah. Eternal life. She's not dead. Sarah's my bride to be. I promise to be hers forever. I don't care how many years I have to wait.
It's over! Open your eyes and face reality!
Sarah, does becoming a Lassie really mean losing everything?
No. Spoilers for you guys? No, it does not.
The army.
I like how the army has monsters.
What is your status? Good to go. Resistance is under control. The assault proceeds as planned. Leave no trace. The pulse vestige never existed.
Oh, she's dead, but you're gonna save her from anything hitting her, huh?
Must be a sanctum strike. Bring down the vestige in the foul sea right with it.
Aren't they taking it back to Pulse? That's what the purge was, right?
All they care about is getting everything from Pulse off Cocoon. Dead or alive, it's all the same.
We can't stay here. They'll kill us.
And there's Hope being a Winnie again. Whiny little turd. I hate him. He's the worst.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Trenchcoat, where you going?
Day with the foul sea. Got some things to talk about.
What? You gonna ask it to help her? Are you out of your mind, kid? That thing wants to chew us up and spit us out.
Well, what do you want me to do?
What?
Right?
Lightning?
I like how Saz is just like, ah, fuck it, I'm coming. Daniel just looks at Hope. Yeah, he's hopeless. His name is Hope, but he has none. There is no hope for that boy. He is a wimp of the highest magnitude. Later, nerds. Alright, boss fight.
So this is the foul sea.
Sarah's a crystal now.
It's actually something you can read.
Focus, and she did it. You
There's a
got what you
language for
want.
this game.
Now let her
It
go.
actually says the name of the foul sea, I think, on that. Foul sea are really weird too, because they're like machine
Turn her back.
monster gods.
I'll be your Lassie instead.
Fine. You go on begging. Like this thing gives a damn what we want!
Lightning.
It's this thing's fault the purge started. And it's people who are dying. Sarah told us to save Cocoon. That means this thing needs to die. What?
Some good cutscenes in this game for real.
Come on now.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
You really think you can kill a foul sea?
I'm doing this for Sarah.
Dodge.
Foreshadowing.
I'm in. As long as you don't mind an amateur. I got these things. Might as well use them.
Thanks.
And into the battle. I really hate how this one's named after Seymour's summon. This is not anything like the anima from 10. So that anima was awesome. I was super happy when I got that dude. Deus Ex Machina, huh? Which, by the way, also some pretty good games. Very intense. There's even achievements for that game if you can manage it to go through the whole game without killing anyone. No. Quick. Auto use. They definitely, in this port, have updated a few things. It's a lot easier to survive on the original game. Way easier to survive on the original game. 5 stars. I did it. Get the doctor's code. Doctor's code's an item in this game that allows you to get extra healing out of potions. I think it doubles their efficiency. So instead of, what, 150, I think it's 300.
What's going on?
I'll just step away for a second while this cutscene plays. I've got my PlayStation 4 controller hooked up via wire because my computer doesn't have Bluetooth. It's old. That's what I'm using to play right now is my PlayStation 4 controller. One of them. I've got 2.
When I couldn't see a future, and I was afraid. When the future was clear, and it hurt to see. I'd just close my eyes and lose myself in happier days.
I believe that's the end of chapter 1. Or chapter 2. Right into another cutscene.
Great spot to watch from.
she'd be at the usual place.
Old Fang sitting there at the
Thanks.
bar.
Sorry about that. Now, who'd you say you were looking for?
Here goes. Making a wish?
Maybe I was. I was hoping that tomorrow I can tell my sister. She'll be so mad, knowing I hid it from her.
Don't worry. I'll take the blame for you.
Mm.
You know, you should ask for something bigger. These are wish-granting fireworks, like in the stores.
Stories, huh? You see who fulfill their focus. They become crystal and gain eternal life.
Would help if they gave you some clue about what you're supposed to do. We'll figure this thing out. You will never be one of those monsters.
So what will I be? A crystal?
Yep.
Yesterday at the store, I got us something. I don't know much about jewelry, but I hope you like it. I will stand by you, no matter what happens. I'm yours forever. Sarah. My one, my only. Will you marry me?
Yes.
She said yes!
I'm telling you, they mention it a lot. There's a lot of things in this game that have a bit repetitive of a focus. It's a lot of different characters saying it at least, so that's something, but still.
You gotta love these fireworks. They granted my wish.
Your wish?
Before I asked you to marry me, I wished that you would say yes.
Then maybe they'll grant mine too.
What's that?
To have the courage to tell Lightning that I've become a Lassie.
Hey, our engagement is way bigger news. Oh man, I can't wait to see her face. She'll be my new sister.
Yeah.
Because that's safe. Just drive right in between all these fireworks.
Hey, Snow?
Yeah. That was close.
Gorgeous. Our own private heaven.
All we need. Just you and me.
you, Snow.
That bite goes awfully high. Yes.
Sarah!
And awake.
Is this for real?
Welcome to Lake Brescia.
This must be Lake Brescia. Well, I guess we fell from up there. And the lake turned to crystal? Help me out here. I mean, did the Foul Sea do this? How in the world did we end up here?
How should I know?
We're alive. How?
Sarah! No one survives a fall from that high. Not without a miracle. Sarah saved us!
Sarah, listen. It's all your fault. She got...
Hey, 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 hey! Watch out!
What did I just do?
You used magic. You used the power of the sea. The Foul Sea cursed us. We're the sea now.
Yep.
Right.
Now it tells you about paradigms. You get at least an attack off. As a Ravager, it increases your stagger bar by a lot, but your stagger bar also decreases quickly if you just Ravagers. You have to use the other classes to make the stagger bar last longer or stack faster or things like that.
Looks like it. You too?
So that's their kind of job system in this.
Right here.
Well, that's a little racy there, Vanille.
The sea to the last.
Right?
Why me?
Stream's winding down
I
slowly.
know you. But you have to go and attack that thing? Just leave me alone. It's your fault. It's your fault, You could have. All of this is your and Sarah's fault.
Watch it!
Yeah, it looks like some of my stream quality's going downhill. A little bit.
Everything's gonna be all right.
It's that nighttime porn traffic, man.
Come on. Off we go.
Everybody in the area. We live in an area surrounded by college kids.
See, huh?
Yep. They all playing for Team Post now.
Alright.
Why me?
There's an achievement. Nothing in the starting area. No freezing on the PC. That's good to hear.
Trust the soldier to keep up cool through this mess.
It's kind of hard to get good service up there at the school too, or around the school.
Okay. If we don't
Depending
make
on
it
where
through
you're at
this,
night,
how do we complete it?
there's some concentrated service area near your house,
I saw it.
that'll slow down service for a phone as well.
That is how focus comes down, people. The Foul C, they don't spell it out with clear-cut instructions. All you get is a hazy glimpse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they say. Legends know. Legends.
Nobody believes you, Saz.
I just... It's all kind of foggy, but I saw this big, towering...
What? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Do we all have the same dream?
Ragnarok.
Boom. No, not really. Number 2 is kind of a strange thing, and number 3 is really strange.
We all saw the same dream.
Good games in their own right,
Heard that same voice.
but really, none of the Final Fantasy XIII games really seem to connect very well, to me, in my opinion. If you want to watch some streams and stuff that have a little bit more detail and in-depth knowledge of the 13 games, you might look into like Lewd Dolphin. He's got the number 2 world record speed run on this game, and he runs the other 2 games as well.
Our focus is to protect Cocoon.
But he knows a lot about the Final Fantasy XIII games. It's a good place to start.
Let's do it. We're all in this together. I'm gonna look for Sarah. She ought to be nearby.
I'll come too. Wait.
Jeez. That boy can't stay still.
Really?
So the Crystarium's your experience system.
We need to find a way out of here. We can worry about everything else later.
And I see my save point. Alright, y'all. This is where I'm going to call it for tonight. Gotta get up and pay attention to a class tomorrow for work. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. You might catch me again tomorrow. I don't know if I'll play some more of this tomorrow. I'll switch to another game and just kind of toggle between a few games over the next bit. But I will catch you all later. Y'all have a good night. Bye.